Hi, I'm here to tell you about Sustainable Development Goal 15, Life on Land. This is a very broad goal, but in particular, it aims to promote the implementation of sustainable forest management, halt deforestation, and halt biodiversity loss. Why does this concern you? Well, if you like hopping out to the park for a breath of fresh air, or even fancy a trip to the zoo from time to time, this concerns you. Did you know that between 2000 and 2020, the world has lost over 100 million hectares of forest and suffered a 60% decline in global populations of animals since 1970? Upon doing some research into exactly what disruptive forces were at play here, my colleagues and I came across palm oil. Shampoo, soap, crisps, and don't forget our nation's favourite, ice cream, all contain this poison polluting our land. Consequences of this mass production of palm oil are deforestation, which eventually means that there are less plants to uptake carbon dioxide, and associated biodiversity loss, and even health risks for locals due to the high amounts of carbon released. Upon doing some research, we can see how faults in the supply chain management of making palm oil and a lack of product and service innovation directly correlate with the increasing loss of trees and biodiversity. A lack of economic and financial literacy among smallholder farmers lead to their exclusion from any international sustainable sourcing certifications. They are key drivers in the production of palm oil, producing 40% of the global total. Smallholder farmers being difficult to trace along the supply chain means companies struggle to assist them in meeting sustainability requirements. Independent smallholders also cannot access finance for intensification due to lack of documentation. An added lack of technical assistance also hinders their productivity, driving expansion into forests. Some independent smallholders merely lack the incentive to use other methods of clearing land aside from burning and may not wish to assess the land for high carbon stock or consideration value before clearing it. Supply chain managers have also not been aware of the recent fall in demand for palm oil. A glut in supply has driven prices of palm oil to an all-time low, meaning demand is due to increase rapidly and more than ever before. This will promote even more burning of peatlands and increase habitat loss. Organizations such as Henkel, who use palm oil in their products, have partnered up with Solidaridad to build programs that support smallholders to become certified and increase yields while adhering to the best agricultural practices. Solidaridad acts as a bridge between farmers, mining supply chains, and companies who use palm oil, making palm oil more traceable in the supply chain. Organizations such as RSPO also aid the cause by implementing policies. For example, Ferrero was one of the first companies to source 100% RSPO segregated certified palm oil and achieve 100% traceability back to plantations. We can thus force firms that source palm oil from unsustainable operations, such as those in Indonesia, to redesign their products and supply chains so that palm oil involved is sourced and used sustainably.
Created using Powtoon.